Hi guys, it's a sad moment in the wrestling world. Mandy Rose has been released from the WWE. I was like, what? And I was like, what the heck have we seen? Articles, wrestling sites, reviewers talk about this situation. I'm like, she's been one of the longest reigning champions in NXT right now. I was like, what the heck? And then apparently, because I just watched NXT, I'll watch that as well. To be honest, NXT is probably better than Raw and SmackDown right now. And to be honest, because I'm not liking the main roster right now. And Mandy is a great example of that, of why NXT is the best right now. Because Mandy has been manning the ship. Technically, she is the face of NXT. She's the face more than anyone else on that roster. Her and Toxic Attraction, and Mandy Rose, the attraction. Um, so it's sad to hear that she's been released because apparently she had something called Face. What's it called? Face something. I can't remember what it's called. It's like an OnlyFans, similar to OnlyFans. And I was like, what the heck? Okay, I was like, okay. People do outside ventures. Okay, we know that, but I know for a fact WWE would not like someone doing that. So she obviously has been given an ultimatum by WWE. They're probably saying, hey, because especially Steph and Nick Khan. Nick Khan's probably saying, hey, she's messing with her money. Because apparently Mattel, people were saying there's reports that Mattel wasn't having it. They were like, nah. This has to be rectified now. So Nick Khan probably had talked to them or something like that, or Steph, and then they were like, no, we can't have that anymore. She's gotta go. She either stops this or she's gotta go. And Mandy was like, nah. Man, you know, Mandy's like, Mandy's a team player. Don't get me wrong, Mandy's a team player, but they're messing with her money. So Mandy's like, off that bag. She's like, nah, you're messing my money, homie. I'm making more over there. Now I'm over here. So the review was like, nope, gotta let you go then. So it was like a thing where both parties weren't willing to budge, and Mandy was gracious enough to relinquish the belt to Roxanne, to Roxy. You know what I'm saying? I always call her Roxy. Roxanne just sounds so weird to me. Roxanne Perez sounds weird to me. Oh, no, it's Roxy, damn it. Roxy. Booker T's favorite. Booker T's chosen one. And it was very quick as well. She attacked Roxanne on NXT recently, and it was a match out of nowhere. Like she was like, I should face you for the belt right now. And Mandy was like, okay, let's do it. And then she lost. And I was like, and it was kind of a weird match as well. It was like stuff. She was really slow, plodding around. It wasn't the greatest match because I think Mandy kind of had in her heart was like, okay, I'm gonna put her over, and that's it. They even had like there was like a leaked video of someone just like putting a video online of Mandy just saying bye to the fans and waving to them, blowing kisses and all that kind of stuff. So Mandy at that point was gone. She was mentally she checked out. But she put in the match as well as she could with the emotions that she probably had during that match. And I commend her for that. Well done, Mandy. You're amazing. And I'm a massive fan of Mandy Rose, literally, because even at first, like when she was getting no pushes, she was getting no play on that roster, bro. Zero play on that roster. She was getting taken L after L after L. I was like, there's potential there because she was a very good talker. She was very charismatic. I could see the charisma. It was there. It was peeking through at times when the storylines were garbage. They gave her over sexualized because that's what Mandy Rose is. That's her brand. So she knows that it's her brand. That's why she has these sites that she paywall behind and stuff like that. OnlyFans-esque sites that she's on. So beauty is her commodity. You know what I'm saying? That's her money. You're messing with WWE was messing with her money. So Mandy was like, nah. But I wish that we could have at least budged a little, but obviously because they're independent contractors, that's what they say, independent contractors. We were actually calling them employees, even though they're really employees contract-wise. But just about the extra benefits. So that's why, because these wrestlers nowadays, they have to do stuff outside of the business because in the business, independent contractor term is label is put on it. so they have to take care of themselves. They don't have any insurance, anything like that. So like in terms of like official issues, and it's not a union. Like wrestling, they hate the word union. Vince, especially Vince was like, "Ooh, union for sure." No, that got shut down real quick because the Jess Ventura, the Hulk Hogan situation. Yeah, Jess Ventura tried. Hulk Hogan was like, "Nah, no, like no, brother." So that was that point into that. So ever since then, Vince has been getting away with murder, and the wrestling business has just continued to copy that blueprint of them independent contracting. So at the same time, it gives the wrestler freedom, but at the same time, in the business, you know what I'm saying, they don't get the perks, so then technically they don't have the freedom to do what they want. So it's kind of a weird thing there. It's a weird balance because the independent contract, but yet they're not independent contracts. It's like contract wise, like So it's kind of a weird thing that they have there. And she was a great NXT champion. I'll give her that. So she grew into that role, and I love seeing like wrestlers just blossom and grow into a role, into like I'm saying like a main event caliber talent, and that's what she ultimately was at the end. Um, so yeah, she was great on NXT. She was great down there. I don't see her, even if because at some point she even said that she wanted to go to the main roster, and I think she would have worked on the main roster. They don't know what they're doing with their women right now, and Mandy would have just got lost in the shovel, guaranteed. Sean had hands on you and like on Mandy Rose, and was treating her well down there, and she was a star. She was a star. So that's NXT Mandy Rose at her full potential, and then she realized it down there. It sucks to see how it went down. So let's see what Mandy Rose does next. She's very talented, so she's very smart. She's very smart. So don't get twisted. She's fine. But obviously, brother passed. She'd be released. It's just like I don't want her to spiral because a lot of stuff like this can happen, and it seems okay at first, then it spiral and it gets worse and it gets worse and it gets worse. Then something you hear a report about something bad happening. So it's just like, hopefully she's okay. Um, yeah. So there's a thing where no one was budging, so she literally just left at that point, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna stay here until they release me," and they released her. So and she did the job to Roxy. So yeah, well done to Mandy. I commend you. Prayers to you, and hope you do well. And I'll be always be a fan of Mandy Rose. So that's me. Tell me in the comment section down below. Tell me what you guys think about Mandy Rose. Were you a fan? Do you think this was the right idea? That we should have done it. You think it was right? I don't think she should be released, to be honest, to be fair, but guidelines, terms and conditions, all that kind of stuff, So, hey, say I don't think it's right, but technically, rules, regulations had to be done, so had to be put down. So, yeah, like, share, subscribe. Go follow Mandy. It was go follow Mandy. Hey, I'm sure a lot of people were researching very vigorously. Because, whoo, my gosh, this woman is a total package. So, more ways than one. Gorgeous. Anyways, I'm out. Peace.